Hello, everyone. This is Pinkie, the housewife, and thank you all for coming here today, being here today. I have, we need to talk. This stuff is getting real. Real is real, wanna be. Yes, I got my avatar up today. Yes, can't comb my hair today. I haven't combed my hair today, so, and I'm still in pajamas, but that's okay. I'll let y'all see me another day. All right. But this stuff is getting real, real as real wanna be. Let me just show you. Markets in chaos. He, who is he? He's the orange man that's destroying. Everybody say he's destroying America. Okay? The Agent Orange, some people call him Agent Orange, some call him the Orange Pumpkin. They got a lot of little names out here. 10-year-old Donald, or whatever you want to call him, okay? King, the unofficial king. But anyway, they say the markets are in chaos. I see that. He's destroying things. America with his tariffs and his billionaire. Yeah. Wish I had a billionaire friend. I guess everybody wish they had a billionaire friend that give them money all the time. Yes, and I sure would take it. But people marched on April 5th. Everybody marched on April 5th. Just 2 days ago. Yeah. They said hands off. Get your grummy hands off. Get your grummy hands off my job. You too, his billionaire friend. They talking about you too. Off off my job. Get your grummy hands off my benefits, my Social Security, my Medicare. Get your hands off. Leave my job alone. My job don't know your job. Your job is being a billionaire and doing what you're doing, carrying a sink around. Okay? Me alone. That's what people are saying. I'm just saying it for them since they can't say it right now. Okay? Look at here, guys. What is this man doing with this chainsaw? He's gonna hurt somebody. That thing is I ain't gonna say it. But here we go, right here. This picture here is from Saturday Night Live, SNL. I just had to put that picture up, courtesy of Saturday Night Live. The one with the fake Donald and the fake cheese boy, a cheese billionaire head man. Yeah, him. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. And I mean, they look just like the real people. I'm just gonna say that they look just like the real people. Okay, let's get the house rules out of the way. I got to do that. Welcome to the Pink House, guys. And if you can, go ahead and hit that like button because that's the way I'm going to stay in the algorithm. So do me a favor. If you can, I will appreciate it. I'm going to appreciate it. I really, really will. Hit the like button. And if you can, go over to my second channel, Pink Global. That's two words, all caps, Pink Space Global. Hit the like button and subscribe on there. Find a long video, and let it out and watch it for me. And then hit the subscribe button because I'm almost at to be monetized on that channel. Okay, I'm really very, very close, closer than I was last night. At least I can say that. Okay, that's Pink Global. So you're going to subscribe to Pink Global. And if you have not subscribed to Pinkie the Housewife, please do that. And then go ahead and hit the like button on Pinkie the Housewife. And then You can hit that on that Pink Global too. Thank you guys. You know I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Everybody thought this year. They thought when the new year come, 2025, everybody had so many plans for 2025. Everybody was so happy. They was just so joyful. Then reality set in. Reality set in. Oh shoot. Oh, we got we got a we got a fool on the loose. We got a clarity fool on the loose. Right there. We got something on the loose that we didn't expect. Yeah, yes you did. Now, now once y'all let him in, then he let his billionaire friend in. Okay? He let his billionaire friend in. Now y'all saying we refuse to accept a fascist America. Oh, but you weren't saying that before. Kids against you know who? That Trump man. It's our future. But y'all weren't saying that then. You thought he was going to rescue you and save you and this and that. And a sign back there. I'm reading these signs here. No one voted for Musk. Y'all knew he was giving the man all this money because he's a billionaire. What part of that y'all didn't understand? He's a billionaire. You can give away some and he won't even miss it. This man ain't missing that money. He ain't missing nothing. None of it. I, I could have told y'all. Okay, let's watch this here. I got a video that I'm going to play you. Okay. This happened, uh, it says 8 hours ago. Okay. Yeah, so that was this morning. Today is Monday. Okay. Stock market chaos hurts working class Americans the most. Okay, here we go.
Is rampant in America, perhaps even lunacy. There's a school of thought quickly emerging that somehow tariffs, trade wars, sinking markets, evaporating 401ks, IRAs, retirement funds, college savings funds, investments overall, that somehow all of this financial loss that we're experiencing is a case of retribution against the rich. Isn't it great to see? So fundamentally wrong. This disproportionately, all of this impacts working class, middle class, paycheck to paycheck Americans far more than it impacts the rich. If you've got $1 billion stashed away in investments and you're down to 700 million due to a 30% decline, guess what? You're still rich. Sure, it might hurt a bit, but you're not losing the Bentley, you're not losing the mansion. Life goes on. You've still got the Learjet. Now, for the rest of us, for those that are actually working for a living, let's say working hard your whole life, you've managed to save up 100 grand in an IRA, you're getting close to retirement, you think that you can probably afford to semi-retire and stretch that somehow, and now you're logging in and it's like 68 grand. You're suffering, you're hurting, you're realizing you've got to reaccumulate. You're wondering, how long will this take to get it back? What if it keeps going down? All of this disproportionately impacts working class Americans. Shifting this off to a case of retribution and getting even with the rich completely misses the mark. I hope all of you can see that. Please share your thoughts. But as the markets continue to collapse around us, even crypto is not spared. Bitcoin today is down around 8% so far. Ethereum down 15% so far. The Dow down over 1,600 points so far. I mean, this is just melting away hard-earned savings that working class Americans, all of those with jobs out there that either have a 401k, an IRA, stashing money aside for your kids' college fund. Some may be getting close to college and drawing it. Maybe you had enough to pay for a year or two of tuition, and now you're down to like, maybe 8 months of tuition. I mean, this really hurts those of us that work for a living. The rich, they can afford to take this on the chin. The rest of us, it hurts a heck of a lot more. Please try to see through this brain fog and cut through the clutter and let's take down idiocy in America. Is there any way to do it? Maybe it's too late. What do you think?
He said, what do you think? What do you all think? He do make some good points. I do want to say he makes some good points. Okay, but leave a comment. Okay, I told y'all. Mm-mm. See that? Now they all out there. But before they was walking around with their red hat on. Now look at them. Mm-mm. Look at them, guys. Okay, but anyway, let's go ahead and I want to let y'all hear this one here. Okay, and this is 8 hours ago too.
Right. That's right. We heard from the UK luxury car maker Jaguar Land Rover over the weekend that they're going to be halting shipments of their cars to the United States for the month of April. The company says this is a short-term action while they assess their medium and long-term plans. JLR, which is owned by Tata Motors, is highly exposed to the U.S. market. It generates 1/4 of its sales in the U.S., but has no manufacturing capabilities here. So JLR is poised to be impacted very severely by these new tariffs. And we're seeing similar lines of thinking from other automakers in Europe as they try to assess the impact here. Just this afternoon, we heard that Volkswagen's Audi is holding back cars that arrive in the U.S. ports after April 2nd, again, while they assess what to do medium long term. That's right. We heard from the
Okay, did you all hear that? Their Audi is holding back cars. They're holding back cars until the end, until April is over, or to the end of April. Mm, that's telling. That's that's something. Okay. Now we had the biggest marches ever on April 5th. April 5th, the marches was huge. Okay. And and when I say huge, they was huge all over the US. And they wasn't just over the US, they was everywhere. Every state, other countries, everybody was marching. I was not marching. I was not marching. I was at home healing up, but also so I can drop when I'm able to get up. And I went live to drop the live for you all to see what was going on. I had to cover the news. Yes, I did. Protest was in all 50 states. Anti orange, Agent Orange, or 10-year-old Donald protest movement. It was live, even at the Capitol. And I did hear, maybe allegedly, but I heard it from some credible. Let me just say what I heard. I heard that they was up on the balcony. Yeah, up on the balcony, looking down at all the people marching, laughing. Yeah, him and his people was up there laughing. I don't mean the people that voted for him. Yeah, I'm talking about the people that hang up in the White House, the people that I always got something to say on the news, put out, or, but anyway, they was drinking wine and laughing. Hmm. I'm not the only one that said that. Mm-mm. But it was allegedly. But I heard it with my own ears. I can tell you that. I sure enough did. I heard it with my own ears. Yeah. So I just wanted you all to know that. But let me go ahead and get this one here off to you. I want you all to hear this. Wait, let me bring it to you first before you can hear it. Yeah. You all make sure you hit that like button while I get this next slide, this next video up for you. Hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. That would help me greatly. Okay, here we go. This is with the VIEW, okay, Ana Navarro reacts to the global stock market plummeting amid you know who terrors, Donald's terrors. Okay, this was a little while ago today. It says 3 hours, probably. I It says 3 hours. It could be 3 hours. I don't know, but it was today. Here we go. If you watched the view, you saw it. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and play it for you.
Miami on Thursday night after the show, and there is Air Force One right next to me at the airport because he was in Miami. Yes, that's a picture I took. He was in Miami this weekend at his golf resort in Doral, palling around with the Saudis who were holding their live golf tournament at his golf course and then playing golf and announcing that he was winning. So this is like Nero playing the fiddle as Rome burns. This is Marie Antoinette with a lot less hair and a lot more makeup saying, let them eat cake, right? So the callousness and just, if you voted for him and you think he cares about you, he doesn't. And, you know, I was thinking about, okay, why does this surprise us? America, you voted, not me, you voted for a failed businessman. He's, you know, he built up his narrative that he's such a great businessman. He had 6 corporate bankruptcies. He had failed businesses, Trump University,
2 casinos,
Trump Airlines, Trump Vodka, Trump Casinos, Trump Steaks, Trump Steakhouse in Vegas,
What
Trump
about the
Magazine.
water? The water?
Mean, I literally it's only a 1-hour show. I can't continue. But you know who told us over and over again and warned over and over again?
Hillary Clinton.
Can we play the clip?
16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession.
They fell short. It wasn't the middle of next year. We're in April. Yes. I land in Miami on Thursday.
Okay. No, I didn't vote for him. No. And April just started. April just started. So really, April really don't count. It's just started. 2 months in. But 2 months in, the chaos started as soon as the person closed the door, stepped in and closed the door at the White House. Okay, that's when the chaos started before then. Probably. Yeah, it did. Because he told you what he was going to do. So what part of you all didn't understand what he said, what he was going to do? I understood. A lot of us understood. That man, he told you everything he was going to do. And you just thought because you're out there cheering and yelling and voting and weren't and buying all that stuff and sending him your paychecks that that's going to exclude you. No, 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 no. No, no, baby girl. That did not exclude you. He was too busy playing golf on April 5th. Playing golf. Yes, he was. Playing golf. Talking about he's winning. I don't think he was winning. I think those people was just letting him win because they are too afraid to win themselves. They knew they can be. How can everybody play golf with them? They lose. That don't make any sense. Think about it. If a person, well, I'm gonna just be quiet. If y'all think he won, just like y'all think he won to be able to sit up in that White House, y'all go ahead. Okay, I'm just gonna let you think that because that's everybody got their own way of thinking. Okay, that's your opinion, and I have a right to my opinion. Yes, I do, because he did tell you. Yes, he did. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay, but yeah, some of y'all, if that was true, why are these people standing out here? Why did we have all those marches? Why? Let me tell you. This is, you know how you all think he care about you? Like Anna said, he don't care about you. I've been knowing that. But let me show you how he treat people. It's supposed to be another leader that comes. Let me show you. He don't even care who see him and what he does. Let me just show you this. I thought this was I'm not gonna, I ain't calling nobody crazy. I just said hilarious. Put it like that. Thing that I ever seen in my life. Okay. This is, and let me just say, the videos that I use, their information will be down in my description box below my video. Okay. So if you want to follow back up with those or see them for yourself, you may do so. This is what KTVU Fox 2. This is in San Francisco. It says Donald shoves fellow leader. And then y'all think he care about you. Okay? Y'all think he care. Okay. Here we go, guys. Did you all see that? Let me make it smaller so it won't spin so much. And I'll bring it back. I'm going to bring it back to the beginning because I see it spinning. Okay, when it stops spinning, I'll bring it. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's spinning. Y'all saw that, right? I don't have to show that no more. Y'all saw that. He just shoved the man out the way. The man was kind of slightly in front of him. I'll show you what I mean. See the guy in the white with the white hair, with the blue tie, standing kind of behind the lady, over to your right. This blonde hair, white hair man was just slightly in front of Donald. Donald, I guess, didn't like that or found issues with that. So he just takes his hand and just pushed the man back behind him. It's like, yo, bro, I'm going to get you out of my way. And then look at him sticking his neck up like this and just showing his orange hair in his turkey neck. He wants to be the man in charge. But how can you be a man in charge when you acting like that? Don't nobody act like that but I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, y'all see it. Yeah, y'all see that. I don't have to play that no more. Mm-mm. I don't, but I like it. Let's just see one more time. Oh, okay. I thought I started it over from the beginning. I guess I didn't. Okay. But anyway, y'all just remember, not everybody gonna treat you like they know you or care about you. Most times it's for a reason that they treat you in a certain way, but you just sit back and look at them. Look at this picture, guys. Look at this. This is so cuckoo. I'm just reading what it said. They got the person that looked like Musk with the presidential uh, big necklace on, Musk. And then they got the other one, but Musk got the red, white, and blue in his. The other one with the orange hair, he got King Trump on his. Nope, he just got a lot of gold, yellow looking writing. It's supposed to be gold with a king's crown on, but we don't have a king and queen or a prince or anything like that in America. So that's not right. So that means you are a false king. Okay, but everybody say Musk is running the country for you. You're sitting back playing golf. He got you all playing golf while he run the country. Okay, I can understand that. Okay, ain't gonna say nothing else about that. If that's what you want to do, let him run the country because he running it in the ground. You too, because you don't know when I ain't gonna say that either. But okay, we're gonna watch this right quick. Here we go, guys.
Donald, here at the Kennedy Center, our resplendent Brioni-clad schlepper, a dime store Mussolini, the producer of America's sick reality show, the greatest marker of our national decay in 250 years. Donald Trump is weak. The American economy is starting to crumble and collapse 50 days in. The only thing he has going for him is that here in the United States, he faces the weakness and the corruption and the feebleness of the Schumercrats. But everywhere else, the truth will not be hidden for long, no matter how angry and raging Scott Jennings gets. The pressure is building. The absurdity is totally clear. Now we wait for the suffering to begin. Donald, here.
Okay, it already begun. It's the suffering have already started, but there's levels to it. There's degrees of it. People are already feeling it. Yeah. So, but you're right. He's letting everything crumble because he got that his friend. But that's bad when you got to pay for a friend. Well, basically, he's buying him because he got all the money in the world. And what's a few million here and there don't bother him because still, any way you slice it or dice it, he's still going to be a billionaire. Even if he dropped down to just right up under a billion, he's still a billionaire or a multimillionaire. He's still rich. So, Donald, I heard that you're not that rich. Yeah. You just want everybody to think you are. Okay? But that's Donald for you. I ain't going to say nothing else about Donald. Because, nope, I'm not. But I do have another video for you guys. I do. And while I get this next one started, remember to hit that like button because I need it and I'm going to appreciate it. And I thank you for it. And subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. And if you have subscribed to this one, go over to Pink Global and subscribe to that one so I can go ahead and get monetized. Thank you guys. Now, let's go ahead and get started. This video is from MSNBC, NBC News, right? There's one I really want to show you all today. I'll show it to you in just a minute. I think a lot of people already saw it. Man is talking out of his head, but not right now. We got to watch this one here. Okay? You know, Donald failed market meltdown deepens. Terrorists destroy everything. Got people just, okay. So here it is. Let me just go ahead and get started for you all. Because y'all know. Oh, here we go, guys.
Before the 100 days, and it is a record of complete measurable failure. Many of his own advisors and Wall Street allies view it as humiliating. It is something that will not only affect so many people in our country and around the world, but even if you look at it by narrow terms of just the president's record in history, this is now the blemish on his record, not only for the second term, but forever. The record is the self-inflicted choice to wipe out this much value in the stock market over just 2 days. We've been reporting how people are holding onto their hats during this tariff-inflicted meltdown over the last day. Well, tonight as we end the week and have a whole nother day of markets, the U.S. stock market has now lost $6.4 trillion in just 2 days. This is Trump's trade war. We are losing because of Trump, because of the choices he's made. The market's tanking, recession fears deepening, and of course, it's the economy stupid. This is not something the Republican Party will be able to lie out of.
He said
or to pardon their way out of, or to trick people into thinking that all of the problems they have, from rising prices to job fears to rising costs, that they're not real or they're somebody else's fault. We're also seeing the fear of an anti-Trump, anti-MAGA political backlash as people start to see this candidate who promised to focus on your concerns in the economy has actually, according to many, sold out the American worker.
What if your smile could go from looking like this
sell-off as Donald Trump imposes the steepest U.S. import levies in a century.
Stock set to wipe out nearly $2 trillion in market value.
Taking a plunge as investors react to the sweeping tariffs.
Right now, angry heads are prevailing, and right now circumstances are prevailing that send stock prices much lower than where they are right now.
I struggle for what the president's game plan is. Because if you wanted to make the market crash, I think you would go with this game plan.
I haven't seen it yet. I guess it's close to panic.
This is the biggest policy mistake in 95 years.
95 years, and we can show you the top 500 companies. These are the largest companies that trade, and whether you trade in the stock market or not, as I've told you, this will affect you because these type of losses come with consequences and eventually job cuts. And of course, the price and inflation issues. This is down another 6% today. Another market index you heard of, the Dow, shed over 5%. The NASDAQ, another big bucket of stocks, losing just about 6%. This is what they call an official bear market, where you are down a fifth from the peak. Trillions gone. The Fed now warning Trump's tariffs will juice inflation. Remember, that was the big issue, the high prices that helped him over the understandable concern with inflation, the way people blamed then President Biden. Well, Donald Trump's serving up more inflation. That's according to the Fed, which is the independent arm of monetary policy for the federal government. And of course, the risk of recession or slower growth. One of the top banks, JP Morgan, says we have tipped over to a recession now being more likely than not, 60%. That is, based on all the modules they have, it is more likely than not that Trump's choice to do these tariffs will give us a recession that otherwise was less likely. Indeed, before Trump came into office, though, same banks were putting the recession fears much lower, like 20%. The Financial Times, which is sort of the British version of the Wall Street Journal as a Bible for the market, says this is an astonishing act of self-harm by Donald Trump. Then their counterpart that I mentioned in the U.S., Rupert Murdoch's Wall Street Journal, quote, someone should sue to block his abuse of power. The Journal, now suddenly concerned about Trump lawlessness, something they have often minimized on other topics. China is hitting back, and boy, do they have the resources and the runway to do it. They're matching the whopping 30% tariff. Economics can be complicated, but this part is simple. I will tell you, America, if I can speak directly with you, you will be paying that tariff. That's exactly how it works, which is exactly why so many people, apart from our divided political times and partisan lenses, so many people, from nonpartisan experts to liberals who warned against this, to Republicans who privately warned against this, although they didn't use any power to try to stop Trump, to Wall Street experts, to, of course, economists explain, yeah, a third, 34% spike, and you're going to pay it because that's what Donald Trump decided for you. Welcome to Donald Trump's America and his economics. Now, on the politics side, Republicans, late, quietly, with a shuffle step, are starting to see how this could doom their party for even more than one election. Tariffs are upsetting the entire world economy. There's political peril for the party that brought them. And take one of the Republicans who for years has backed Donald Trump ever since they made a power pact when Trump became president the first time. But now a new tune from Ted Cruz.
If the result is our trading partners jack up their tariffs and we have high tariffs everywhere, I think that is a bad outcome for America. Tariffs are a tax on consumers, and I'm not a fan of jacking up taxes on American consumers. So my hope is these tariffs are short-lived.
Hope all you want. We are in deep. We've lost trillions. Even if Donald Trump can see the failure, can hear the markets and the television coverage and the press coverage savagely noting the savage pain that he's brought to the United States, to consumers, to workers, as well as the rest of the world, that doesn't mean he has known to adjust after going this big and this deep. Other conservatives now admitting the problem.
I'm not going to bubble wrap it. What's happening is not good.
The same people that voted for you to play by the rules, put away money for taxes, put money away for retirement, are really feeling the brunt of collateral damage of this.
Look, I hate tariffs. I think they're stupid. I think they're backwards. I don't think that they help the American economy. The president has a different opinion.
I'm certainly concerned about what's happening right now in the markets, and I hope the administration is looking at that as well.
It's hard to find a Republican who's willing to do an interview and wants to defend this stuff, which tells you the free fall. Remember, there's been a lot of talk about the trade war and a lot of bluster and some stops and starts, which we covered, but this is now the red hot core of it. These are these first 2 days when it hit this level with these global tariffs and the pain. And in these 2 days, Republicans starting to admit they have a Trump problem. Many of the people you just saw on your screen, they cater to a base that likes Donald Trump and identifies as MAGA, but there are even limits there because they can see that they could lose their jobs, their perch, their audience, in the case of some of those commentators, because people are paying this pain. When I show you bear market 20% crash territory, after that will come the firings and the job losses. Now, most of the elected Republicans, though, are not yet even trying to use the power they actually have. They can do interviews, but they actually have power in Congress. There's been this push for a Senate bill that would better control and limit Donald Trump's tariff instincts. Most Republicans haven't supported that. A handful did. Meanwhile, business owners are feeling it.
Experts predict prices across the board, including appliances, clothing, groceries, and cars, are expected to go up.
I'm a little afraid that the price will be going up, which means a higher car payment with me. And I have 2 little kids, so that's going to be a little hard for me, too.
As a small business, we can't absorb that kind of increase in product. So we're having to reprice.
In one word, how you're feeling about what's happening in the stock market right now?
Anxious? Yeah. I mean, it's not too clear what's going to happen.
Terrified.
Why terrified?
Vulnerable people were always unsafe, and now they're made even more vulnerable.
Please sign the petition and urge Congress to make assault rifles illegal for civilians. There's no practical application.
And that's just a couple days in. There's also resistance, protesters against the Trump-Musk agenda, as well as this economic pain, say that they have, and you can see the bullets here from this group, Hands Off, they have now confirmed protests, often more than one, in every state in the country this weekend. So the chaos is real, the pain is real, and Donald Trump basically walked off the job. Think about this level of economic calamity. When COVID hit and you had the crash, it was everyone's focus. If you go back to another crash that was not caused by U.S. policy or a president saying he didn't care, but rather the sort of complex real estate bubble that burst in 2008, well, everybody was on the job, and Bush was convening meetings with the leaders of the economy, the banks that were so at fault for some of it, and the congressional leadership to figure out every single thing that could be on the table that they could act with all deliberate emergency speed. This is a president who claims emergency powers and wartime powers when there isn't a war, and then walks off the job right now today when we're in this emergency shedding $6 trillion. He went to Mar-a-Lago. He's scheduled to do a weekend golf tour. So he left work early for that, left the White House, wasn't physically on site to deal with any of the type of meetings I mentioned that Bush did, or talk to people in Congress, or anything to even try to quiet the markets and show leadership. He's driving around his golf cart and also making money because it's his private business that's hosting the Saudi event. Markets may burn, but he's counting up his own money. Just as I told you, he took a lot of crypto money and thought, oh, as long as he's doing okay, forget everyone else. If he lost $6 trillion, which he doesn't have, I think we would hear a very different tune, and he might even have time to go to work instead of ride around the cart. Now, how is this playing out in MAGA land? I showed you the leadership. We heard from Republicans who are running away, but you got to understand, one of the great political strengths of Donald Trump is the overestimation of his support. I'm sure you watch the news if you're hearing me, and there's been many, many reports and examples of folks who stand by him no matter what, or reverse themselves for him, or come back to him even after doubts. But then you also have to remember, he got fewer votes in 16. He got fewer votes in 20. He blew the midterms in 18. He remains one of the most polarizing and unpopular figures. And then even the base that he does have doesn't stand by him for everything, and certainly not something like this. We began by showing you some of those Republicans who are worried about how many of their supporters, even in red districts, are upset at this self-inflicted economic calamity. That's what it sounds like when your leader lies, ignores all advice, starts an economic global calamity, and costs you a ton of money.
Yep, pretty much. I hope y'all was able to enjoy listening to that, because yes, he was at the golf. He was at the golf course at Mar-a-Lago playing golf. He didn't have time He didn't have time for you guys. No, no, he didn't. He was too busy showing off for the Saudis, like he won every time. What if something catastrophic had happened, which I always have been doing with all this bad weather and storms and stuff? Have you said anything? I don't think so. The man coming out talking? I don't think so. Mm-mm. Let's see what they saying again on TikTok for us. Because on TikTok, they don't play. They tell you like it is. That's what I like about TikTok. They're going to tell you like it is. They ain't going to play with you on TikTok. That's why I love going over on TikTok. Well, I got a TikTok too, but you can follow me there if you want to too. All right, let's go ahead and listen.
There is complete chaos in the stock market today, all because of a rumor. Even though the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones opened minus 400 today, there was a brief and short rally where they were very positive for a very short amount of time, followed by incredible volatility, all because of a rumor spread by the Trump administration that there could be a 90-day pause on these tariffs. This rumor was started by Kevin Hassett, who is the head of the National Economic Council, and he said on CNBC that there could be a pause. However, shortly afterwards, the Trump White House came out and said that this is fake news. There will be tariffs, and there will likely be more of them to soon come out. Let's be clear, there will be no pause on these tariffs, and likely there will be more to come. And if you need any more proof that this economic recession / depression and stock market failure is because of the tariffs imposed by Donald Trump, look no further than 9:30 a.m. on Wall Street, where a rumor was being spread that they would be paused. There is complete chaos in the stock market today.
Well, you don't have to look that far, too. He had a meeting. He has a meeting this morning, and it didn't look too positive. Yeah, it wasn't positive at all to me. It wasn't positive at all to me. When I saw that meeting, I said, "What the heck? What the heck is wrong with this man?" Okay, let me. But let me see. Do I really want to play the meeting? This is the well, I'll play it some. Let me see what time it is. I'll just play about 10 minutes of it and let you all see. And then I'll put the link down and let you go over to it and you can finish watching it yourself. How about that? That ain't gonna, I think that'll be just fine. I think that'll be just fine for you. Because everybody thought the man had lost his doggone mind talking that nonsense. Everybody thought he lost his doggone mind. I did. But yeah, we're going to show that meeting. It's about 50 minutes long, but I'm not going to show the whole meeting. Because that's a long meeting, guys. Let me just see, can I find it with the highlights so y'all can see how ridiculous, how crazy this meeting was. Because I just want to bring out the highlights. I'm just trying to find it with some of the highlights because that was a long meeting. Most news sources got it 50 minutes long or an hour long, but that's still too long. I'm not doing that. Okay, I just want to bring out some of the highlights and show you, but where you can really see the highlights. Nobody just doing little. Let me see. I think this may just bring out some of the highlights for you. Okay, let me go ahead and bring it out for you. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that one. Okay. And so if anything bad would, well, we have bad things happen every day in this world, but he wasn't on duty. He was too busy at Mar-a-Lago doing what he do. So trying to do things here to take care of or speak or calm America down, that was out of the question. That was so out of the question because he was too busy playing golf and people was too busy letting him win. Yes, I did say it, letting him win because there's nothing that he would that nothing. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see. I'm just trying to get it up for you guys. But remember, we had the biggest march ever on April 5th. On April 5th, people all over, most people just saw it was just all over the US, but people marched everywhere, every country. They was marching. And I do have the video for that. I did cover that. So if you all would like, when we get through with this, why don't you go over to my, you can go over to my Pink Global, or you can go stay on this channel when you finish watching this and watch the march if you have not seen it. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put this on. This is only 6 minutes, so I can do another 6 minutes and 55 seconds. So just say 7 minutes long. I can do that for you. Here we go, guys. And this is live now from Fox.
Netanyahu will visit Washington and discuss U.S. tariffs imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump, among other issues. A lot to break down this morning, so we want to bring into the conversation distinguished lecturer in national security and terrorism, Ken Gray. He's with the University of New Haven. Ken, always a pleasure having you join us. Good morning.
Good morning, Janae. Glad to be with you again.
Glad to have you as always. So, Ken, we know that the Israeli Prime Minister and his delegation, they did arrive late Sunday, and we know that he is expected to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump today. Set the stage for us. What can we expect with this visit? We know that this is Netanyahu's second visit since President Donald Trump's second time in the White House.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot on the table for the two to discuss. Primary concern is that of the tariffs. The United States imposed a 17% tariff on Israel. The United States is Israel's primary market, and we buy diamonds, we buy pharmaceuticals, we buy electronics from Israel. So a lot of Israeli goods come to the United States. A 17% tariff on them will hurt the Israelis. But Israel, trying to get ahead of the game, had removed their tariffs on U.S. goods just recently. And so I'm sure they will be discussing negotiations about that 17% the U.S. imposed on Israel. Second topic that they'll likely discuss, of course, is the war in Gaza. President Trump said he had much to discuss with Netanyahu about Gaza. The Israelis have increased their activity throughout Gaza.
I'm going to pause this, guys. I thought they, because I haven't seen this one, but I did see the other ones. I want to see whether he's going to show in the. Oh no, I'm not going to waste my time with that. Okay.
Meeting with
All right. If you want to see it, it's the meeting he had today. Okay. Y'all can see it. Go and find it. MSNBC CNN had it, ABC. So go over to one of them and watch it. You can see the full thing. And another person that had the full thing. What was that person's? Let me see. Give me 1 second. That person's. Let me see. Oh, the Midas Touch. He had it on his channel. Go to the Midas Touch. Yeah. He had it going on his channel. I mean, it was what it was. It was crazy. Let me just put this up. Let me just let you listen for a second.
Open borders president, and I'm sure the MAGA base won't care whatever the hell he says, because literally he can say anything to their MAGA mush brain. Here, Donald Trump then falsely says that the richest period for the United States of America was 1870 to 1913, and we have to make America in 2025 look more like 1870 America. Play this clip.
He's setting a table, and we're going to have great trade. And we're going to have a very strong country. Our country is going to be at a level that has maybe never been, or maybe, our country was the strongest, believe it or not, from 1870 to 1913. You know why? It was all tariff-based. We had no income tax.
That man is crazy. He said our country was strongest. America was strongest between 1870 and 1913. Man, you wasn't even, were you alive then? If you don't read books, how do you know? Oh my God. Y'all believe in this man?
Then in 1913, some genius came up with the idea of let's charge the people of our country, not foreign countries that are ripping off our country. And the country was never that kind of wealth. We had so much wealth, we didn't know what to do with our money. We had meetings, we had committees, and these committees worked tirelessly to study one subject. We have so much money. What are we going to do with it? Who are we going to give it to?
Well, there was indeed a massive financial panic in the 1890s that nearly destroyed the country. As far as Ghost points out, JP Morgan had to bail America out. Yes, Donald Trump is truly a historically illiterate imbecile, as the account says. Next, Donald Trump says the price of groceries, and then he keeps saying, I like that word, groceries. They call these things groceries. Play this clip.
We're really doing amazing. I mean, we're cutting prices because prices got so high, people couldn't live. I mean, the prices for groceries, the prices for standard groceries, standard things were going through the roof. They couldn't live. And now those prices are coming down.
Hey, guys, I really want you all to listen to when he said he think the word groceries is like an ancient word or historic word or a word that he never heard of, I guess. Groceries. The word groceries. Don't we say that word on a daily basis? Isn't that word used in every household? Whether you're in America or wherever you live, you may have a different term for it or whatever. But when people hear the word groceries, they know what you're talking about. But to him, it's a foreign concept. Groceries. Okay? I guess he had never had to say that word before in his life.
So call them groceries, but that's down, energy's down, and interest rates are down. Everything's down.
When you're injured in a car or
that is a lie. Well, I disagree. I'm not going to say that's a lie again. Okay? But I disagree. Everything is not down. Stock market is down. Yeah. Stock market is down. 6 point some billion. Not billion. Trillion. 6 point trillion. 6.6 trillion or something like that. Down, yes. Yes. Eggs are not down. Food is not down. What are you talking about? Do you understand? You don't know what the word groceries mean. So how do you know whether they're down? I may not go grocery shopping, but I know better than groceries is not down. I mean, groceries is high. Groceries is very high right now. You can't even buy eggs. If you do buy them, you better make sure you eat one a day. Okay? You can't crack 2 and 3 eggs a day. Some people crack 3 and 4 eggs a day just for themselves. Okay? You can't be like that. And well, I just eat one, and I don't eat one a day. I just may eat one once a month. But you can't do that. Everybody can't do that because most people get up and go to work, and they love their eggs. The kids love their eggs. Their husband love their eggs and bacon. Eggs and bacon. You can't eat eggs and bacon no more. You have to have a choice, either eggs or bacon this morning. Either egg sandwich or bacon sandwich. Or can I afford bread now? Or do I just eat eggs and ketchup? Or bacon with no bread? Because you can't have it all now. Do I eat eggs and drink a glass of milk? No, you can't do that. You can't afford eggs, bacon, milk. Oh no, you can't do all that. So he don't know what the word groceries mean. Y'all I hope y'all enjoyed this. Okay, on your way out, do one thing for me. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I do want to thank you